In a bold and unprecedented interview, Niger's President General Abdourahamane Tchiani has accused Western powers of conspiring to destabilize the newly formed Alliance of Sahel States. Chiani's statements have sent shockwaves across the continent and beyond. What does this mean for the future of West Africa? Is this the dawn of a new era of true independence, or a step towards increased isolation? This is African Lens News Channel. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. You're welcome to the African Lens News Channel. If you value justice, freedom, and thoughtful discussion, you're in the right place. If you're joining us for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and connected to us. Your engagements will help this video to reach more people. Thank you very much. In a nationally televised address, President Chiani did not mince words. He alleged that France, the European Union, and the United States are collaborating to undermine the Alliance of Sahel States. According to Chiani, these powers view the AES' pursuit of sovereignty as a threat that could inspire other African nations to challenge foreign influence. The AES, formed by Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, seeks to pool resources to build infrastructure, establish a common market, and implement a monetary union. The alliance is also working towards free movement of persons, industrialization, and investment in agriculture, mines, and the energy sector, with the ultimate goal of federalizing into a single sovereign state. Chiani highlighted the irony of Africa's situation, a continent rich in resources like gold, oil, and uranium, yet home to some of the poorest people in the world. He blamed this paradox on decades of foreign intervention and what he termed imperialist schemes. One of the most striking parts of his speech was the focus on Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Chiani suggested that Traoré's growing popularity and firm anti-imperialist stance have made him a prime target for outside forces. He portrayed Traoré as emblematic of a new generation of African leaders unafraid to confront the West. Chiani also addressed the presence of the U.S. military in Niger. He questioned how terrorist activities could persist despite the operation of Airbase 201, a U.S. military installation in Agadez equipped with advanced surveillance drones. The base, built at a cost of over $100 million, was intended to combat terrorism, but according to Chiani, failed to prevent attacks against civilians. In 2023, his administration expelled U.S. forces and the base was permanently closed in 2024. Furthermore, Chiani made a controversial claim regarding humanitarian organizations, alleging that the Red Cross was involved in financing armed groups. Consequently, Niger shut down the organization's local offices in 2024.
Just to tell you about what is happening in Africa, I would rather talk about another current issue, Emmanuel Macron. When he went, still in Brussels, regarding the request for conciliation, where he said, do not interfere in what happens between the Nigerian colony and France. Niger belongs to us. We alone decide the solution. That is why I say it is civilizational. It is cultural. Again, in December 2023, another brilliant French person said, I quote, little fool. I repeat, it is the little fool Emmanuel Macron who opened the eyes of Africans. Little fool Emmanuel Macron who opened the eyes of Africans. This new vision of AES Africans must fail. Niger, Mali, Burkina, if they succeed, others will follow. Emmanuel Macron needs to go. I agree with that, even if regrettably. Emmanuel Macron must leave or France will suffer. Africa has no history. The same thing Sarkozy announced. Yes, exactly. Africa has no history. And consequently, that is his conclusion. Africa cannot dominate the world. But Africa does not need anyone's permission to dominate the world, since it already dominated it at a time when this world he claims to represent had no human or organizational existence. I close this parenthesis, and that is why I say everything that is happening, this relentless pursuit for France, and the fact that our countries deserve no respect. And this brings me back to our natural resources, which are another point. Beyond the displayed contempt, there are these natural resources that are the basis of French persistence. because the French understood it before the Nigerians, starting with uranium. Right. Exploited for more than 50 years. Since 68, uranium has brought prosperity to France. The French understood this. But uranium has brought misery and the death of Nigerians. Unfortunately, the Nigerians have not understood this. All our resources, whether on Nigerian national territory or in Burkina Faso or Malian subsoil, are the target of this relentless pursuit, as the second point that we observe not only from France but also from all these Western powers who form a united front behind France. It has nothing to do with France's will to defend law or democracy, which are anyway given with variable geometry, evolving according to context and interests of these powers. So this is why France is relentlessly pursuing us.
The international community has reacted with concern to Chiani's statements. The U.S. Marine Corps General Michael Langley warned that the expulsion of Western forces could create a security vacuum in the Sahel, potentially allowing terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS affiliates to expand their influence. Domestically, the response is mixed. Supporters of the AES and nationalist movements like Niger's M62 movement applaud the government's stance against foreign interference. However, others worry about the potential economic and security repercussions of severing ties with long-standing international partners. The shift towards alliances with countries like Russia raises further questions. While some see this as a move towards diversified partnerships, others caution that replacing one form of foreign influence with another may not lead to true sovereignty. President Chiani's bold declarations mark a significant moment in West Africa's political landscape. As the AES seeks to redefine its future, the region stands at a crossroads between self-determination and the complexities of global geopolitics. What are your thoughts on this development? Do you believe the Alliance of Sahel States can achieve true independence, or will external pressures hinder their progress? Share your views in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to African Lens for more in-depth coverage of the continent's evolving narratives.